Hey 101 students, today we're going to talk about apostrophes, and because apostrophes have so many rules just like commas, I've actually separated this into two different parts. So you'll have to watch both videos and then go on to the PowerPoint if you'd like to before going on to the exercises. The first video today is actually going to be on contractions. That's the easier of the two main group of rules. So let's take a look. Contractions, of course, are formed when we have two or more words that we squish together to make one word. And so what we do is we take a letter out and put an apostrophe in. That plus is equal to that. So we took the I out, put the apostrophe in. Was plus not equals wasn't. O out, apostrophe in. We plus are equals we're. A out, apostrophe in. Will plus not equals, oops. See the irregular contraction form? That's not uncommon in English, and it's one of those things you just have to memorize. There's no way to learn a particular rule for that. You just have to memorize them. So will plus not, of course, is equal to won't. It's just the way that we change it. We don't say willn't. But now here's something that you may not have known about, but you probably have seen done incorrectly quite often. Go ahead and take a look at these three words. It's. Go ahead and write them down on a piece of scratch paper. When you've got them written down, circle the word that means the same thing as it is. It's a contraction for it is. We say it's. Then you'll have two left. Cross out the one that actually doesn't exist in the English language, but people continue to use it anyway. Got it? All right, so which one is the contraction? This one, of course, is the contraction. It is, took the I out, put the apostrophe in. That leaves these two. Which of these doesn't actually exist in the English language? This one. People think because the it is owning something that we put the apostrophe afterward as we would with a lot of possessive contractions, but really this is the pronoun possessive form. So if I were going to say the dog's coat was shaggy, its coat was shaggy, no apostrophe. All right, be sure to watch the next video. And hey 101ers, welcome to part 2 of the apostrophes lessons. In this one we're going to talk about possession, and possession is the one that gives people the most trouble. So let's go take a look at the examples. When we have one boy and he has one toy, we said boy apostrophe s toy. If the boy has more than one toy, we add an S at the end. That means that one boy owns more than one toy. If we have more than one boy and they are owning a toy or toys, we put the apostrophe after it. That means two or more boys own one or more toys, depending on whether or not you have an S at the end. When you have an irregular plural form, for example with child and children, we treat it as a third person singular. So one child, apostrophe s, toy or toys, depending on how many toys the child has, and children, apostrophe s, toy or toys. So the children together own one toy or many toys. Same thing with these, what we call indefinites. Everyone's toy or toys, someone's toy or toys. And when you have things like a collective, which is like a group of animals, the herd's hoof prints. So that's how we create an apostrophe with possession in the simplest forms. Over here is what we have joint possession. So Diane and Joe's house or houses means that the two of them own it together. And we show that by putting the apostrophe only on the second. Diane's and Joe's houses indicate that Diane has a house and Joe has a house, but they don't own them together. When you have someone's name or an item, a noun that ends with S, we actually put an apostrophe and S at the end. A lot of times you'll see it with just that apostrophe. That actually isn't correct, but we see it a lot that way. So we say Lois's class or her classes. If you have one sister-in-law and you're talking about her hat, sister-in-law, apostrophe S hat. If you have more than one sister-in-law whose hats you're talking about, sisters-in-law's hats. When you have numbers, you go ahead and put an apostrophe in for what you take out. For example, 1970s, we took the 19 out, so we put the apostrophe in, but no apostrophe after 70. The 70s aren't owning anything. You're just talking about a group of years. It's a plural. Same thing with our initialisms or our acronyms. IOUs, no apostrophe. SUVs, no apostrophe. If, however, you're talking about the SUV's blinker, you put it back in. There is a PowerPoint presentation with additional examples as well as some unusual rules, so you might want to check that out before going on to the exercises below.